And they are racing at Turfway. Stumble at the start for Noble Enterprise. She's last. A quartet of horses reaching on out for the lead as they take on the first turn. Quite Whimsical, Wicked, Ecstasy, Leia Organa, and Kitchen's Choice fan 4 deep across the course into the run the first turn. Trick Hat came over racing in fifth position, already about 7 or 8 off the lead. Catch My Kitty is next, and a link for the back to Noble Enterprise as they work their way around the opening turn with just about 6 furlongs to go. Then a margin of 2 or 3 lengths back to Run with Grace. The favorite is last and about 16 lengths off the lead. The quarter, though, kind of quick, 23 and 4. Up the backside they go. And it is Kitten's Choice, and Farron Peterson shows the way by just about a neck to Wicked Ecstasy, who comes on back through. Now these two are stride for stride and going at a quick pace with 4.5 furlongs to go. They've opened up about 7 or 8 lengths on Leia Organa, who's just in front of Quite Whimsical. Meanwhile, Trick Hat perfectly placed from fifth, in behind that pace duel. Then comes Noble Enterprise up a couple of spots. Catch My Kitty, Run with Grace is on the move as they start to tighten up now. The front runners have thrown out the parachute, and here come the closers in a 4-wide brush from Trick Hat, moving in tandem with Leia Organa. A 4 or 5-wide bid from Noble Enterprise, and from last, Run with Grace has raced up into fourth. White Silks, White Shadow Roll as they race around the turn. They leave the quarter-mile pole behind, and Trick Hat's the one to come and get. Noble Enterprise takes a crack to the outside. Leia Organa is stopped as they turn for home. Late on the scene, Run with Grace continuing with that long, sustained rally. 1 furlong to go. Noble Enterprise, after the stumble at the start, is running a huge one with a 16th to go. And here she comes, Noble Enterprise and Sophie Doyle to take the lead. And Noble Enterprise on the drop-in class going to report home a 2.5 length winner. Trick Hat was second, Run with Grace third, and a country mile back to Leia Organa, who was fourth in 146 and 1. And they are racing to a level beginning. You Have to Be Kitten Me squeezed on for some early speed. Ronnie Storm, another long shot, will hook up with that one, and the 2 big price horses go on with it. More Than a Sold Title came away racing in the third position from the inside. Hickory High fourth, just plunged to the inside, hard held from fifth. Up on the outside, it is Roth. In between horses as they head up the backside, it is Come See About Me, and the back marker is Osagano. The quarter 22 and 2. You Have to Be Kitten Me carries him into the far turn with a 2.5 length lead. Ronnie Storm to the outside in second. 3 wide. There goes More Than Sold Title, cut loose for Riv to the far outside. On his back is Dr. Parker. Up the inside comes Hickory High. Franco's team is racing mid-flight. He's about 7 or 8 lengths off the lead, moving in tandem with Roth as Osagano starts to heats up. Osagano with a wide angle starts to close in, top of the stretch. More Than Sold Title comes calling for the lead off the turn. More Than Sold Title opening up by the furlong grounds by 3. He's shifting down toward the inner rail to the outside. Dr. Parker is raced up into second from the backfield. Osagano with a 16th left to go. More Than Sold Title is clear by 4. Osagano's up into second to the outside of Dr. Parker, but More Than Sold Title another winner for Riv and Corrales as More Than Sold Title punched home to his 3rd lifetime victory and his 3rd on the synthetic in 111 and 2. And they are racing. Orb of the Burrow with an alert beginning, being hard hustled out. Right behind that one, Air War. The great English Tide for the inside draw is really intent on getting up and after the pace and is going to try to squeeze through, but Orb of the Burrow tightens up the hole there as Air War had him covered up as well. English Tide has been backpedaled to third. Bugleberry on the drop-in class came away racing fourth, about 4 lengths off the lead, still 3 or 4 back to Bold Adventure, who settles on fifth up the backside as they pass the half. Then 2 or 3 lengths further back, ZU at the races with a wide ascent on the far turn run. Bubba Caballo is next. And Cornbread Hill is last, 7 or 8 lengths top to bottom of the quarter, 23 seconds flat. And Orb of the Burrow confronted by Air War to the outside. Moving a closer third, it's Bugleberry, a 4-wide bid from Bold Adventure. English Tide, a waiting room down along the inside. ZU at the races has raced up about 6 lengths off the lead as they race to the top of the stretch. And it is Air War up the inside. Orb of the Burrow still fighting on down the center. Here comes Bold Adventure. And from between horses, Bugleberry as Bold Adventure comes calling for the lead. Orb of the Burrow is backpedaling. Air War still fighting on. 1/16 left. Bold Adventure still there. Bold Adventure drawn away by 2, and Bold Adventure is going to win by almost 2 in the end. Photo for second between Air War and ZU at the races. Running time was 1:11 flat. And they are racing. Slow start for its game time. Quick one, though, for Reckless LJ, sent to the all-offensive by the veteran Perry Utes. Cacahuete will press from the outside in second. Meanwhile, to the inside, Shellfire away racing in the joint third position with Ugly Duckling. Then comes Can't Bet 'Em All, who settles along mid-flight in fifth. Inclusive is second last. Up to the outside, Lizzie's Lure advances up a spot, and its game time is last of the octet with 6 furlongs to go as the field covered by 10 or 11 lengths, and they straighten up the backstretch journey now, and Reckless LJ took them through a first quarter not all that quick, 24-4. Reckless LJ and PW show the way by a link. Cacahuete to the outside, racing in second. Now, Ugly Duckling moves a closer third. Out wide, there goes Can't Bet 'Em All as a closer fourth. Shellfire is being shoved along for some more speed as they pass the half-mile pole from fifth. Up on the extreme outside as they head into the far turn, it is Lizzie's Lure. Inclusive's got a split. There goes Inclusive underway, and right on his back, it's Game Time's full of run. They start to cluster up. Half-mile time, 49-1, and is Reckless LJ. But here comes a 3-wide bid from Can't Bet 'Em All, and Can't Bet 'Em All comes calling for the lead. Reckless LJ back into second. Cacahuete stalled from third. Ugly Duckling ranges up to that one's flank from fourth. Inclusive is under the whip from fifth, top of the home stretch, and Can't Bet 'Em All. We'll turn them on down. The son of McLean's music outside the furlong grounds in front by a length. Down the center of the track, here comes Ugly Ducking. Inclusive is underway from the back of the pack, 1/16th left. Can't Bet 'Em All needs the wire as Inclusive is rolling down the stand side. Can't Bet 'Em All, here comes Inclusive, but Can't Bet 'Em All is standing tall in Florence Shaw. Can't Bet 'Em All gets it done in 1:38-3. Picks up the 4th lifetime victory for Randy Groger and Tim Garachi. And they are racing. Stumble at the gate for Katish, and she is last. Frosted Diamond is first as they race by us, but she'll have a host of challengers because they stack up at least 6 deep onto the run the first turn. Frosted Diamond confronted by Legerity, who's in the second position. Hannah's Heaven to the outside in third. Even further out, Quiero Mas is away in the 4th position. Scartini Martini saved every yard from next. It's Sign of Peace. Out wide and advancing now into the first turn, Valentina Day. She's up close to the pace today as they turn around the opening bend and head up the backside. Then we trail back a couple of links to Yuso Money Baby and the 2 back markers, Katish and Holiday Princess at the back of the pack. The quarter was 24-1. The leader, Frosted Diamond, shows the way a link, towing along Legerity from second. Hannah's Haven to the outside in the clear from third. Scartini Martini covered up in tight from fourth. Valentina Day in a perfect stalking position from fifth. To her inside, Sign of Peace, the newcomer. She's a waiting room in full run. And after that stumble at the start, Katish has raced up within about 6 lengths of those leaders. Advancing to the outside, Holiday Princess is underway, and Quiero Mas is ultimo. Half mile, 49-1. Into the far turn. Legerity the leader. Here's Hannah's Heaven at a big number. Moves a closer second. Valentina Day's committed to go 3 wide from third. Sign of Peace is still riding the rails from fourth. From the backfield, Quiero Mas is now back underway. Quiero Mas from last. Race up into fifth. Top of the home stretch. Whips out on Legerity. Hannah's Haven to the outside. Under the whip, Valentina Day. She's third. Top of the home stretch. And Sign of Peace will get a rail run as they're outside the furlong grounds. And now Valentina Day has overtaken Legerity for the top spot. Quiero Mas continuing to grind away up into third, 1/16th left. Valentina Day trying to put away a Pesky at Legerity. Valentina Day home a winner. Start number 2, a winning one. Legerity was next, and Quiero Mas from last to third in 1:45-2. And they are racing at Turfway. Rocket start for Bourbon Special, who's on to the front end. Take it to the cleaners. Is going to try to slide through underneath and challenge for the top spot on the run the first turn. In fact, taken to the cleaners. Comes on through to overtake the lead quickly. Opens up 2 on Bourbon Special, who's deferred from second. Then out in the center of the course, Flash and Dance away in the third position. Winter Sunset fourth. A link for the back to Made in Italy, who settles along fifth as they turn up the backside. And 3 or 4 links back to the trailer at the back of the pack. It's Isha My Flower. The quarter 24 seconds flat. Up the backside they go. Take it to the cleaners. A bit headstrong. Rodney trying to get her to relax, and her lead is now 2.5 lengths on Bourbon Social, who's still tracked from second. Out in the clear, Flash and Dance is third. The gray Winter Sunset tucked in neatly along the rail from fourth. A length and a half further back to Made Made in Italy, another 6 back to the late running Isha My Flower. Half mile, 47 and 3. Into the far turn. Take it to the cleaners, still there, but Winter Sunset's going to get the split. Here she comes to tackle the front runner with about 5/16 of a mile to go. Meanwhile, Made in Italy is locked and loaded. Take a look at Made in Italy for the Katie Ridge Stables. Here she comes after the pace setter. She's raced up into third as they continue to run around the turn with a quarter to go. Winter Sunset takes over the lead. That's all for Take It to the Cleaners. Made in Italy now committed to go 4 wide. In fact, is going to try to cut in as the front runner has drifted out to the center of the course. Winter Sunset by the furlong ground still driving, but Made in Italy is gobbling up ground to the inside. Here comes Made in Italy with a rail run. Made in Italy to the inside. Winter Sunset still has momentum to the outside. She's trying to tighten up the hole. Winter Sunset hanging on 3 parts of a length. Made in Italy was second. It was about 9 or 10 lengths back to Isha My Flower from last in a photo with Take It to the Cleaners 137 and 3. They are racing. Good start for Foreign Exchange. Also from the inside, there goes Tis Splendid News with that rail draw. Has no choice but to send as they leave the 6.5 furlong shoot and they straighten up the main course. It's Tis Splendid News, intent on getting the lead, and in fact she does, and clears off a length and a half to Street of Dreams, who's in chase mode from second. My Money to the outside of that one from third. Up the inside, Thunder and Creed now moves a closer fourth. Foreign Exchange backpedals from fifth. Then about 2 or 3 lengths further back, Almadrina in her stateside debut. She's raced up into sixth, about 7 or 8 off the pace. Still 2 back to Not My Money and 3 back to La Turista. Then a link to Runaway Mom and Hindsight. Into the far turn, the quarter 22 and 1. The leader, Tis Splendid News. Here's Street of Dreams on the attack to the outside from second. On the extreme outside, Foreign Exchange. And Almadrina's locked and loaded. Here she comes, tipping off cover Whitecap as they reach the top of the home stretch. That's all for Tis Splendid News as Street of Dreams takes over the lead. Foreign Exchange to the outside. From between horses, My Money. Almadrina, she's fourth out in the center of the course, but meanwhile, Thunder and Creed is full of run. And here comes Thunder and Creed and Joe Rocco splitting horses by the 16th pole. Almadrina trying to get to her to the outside. Thunder and Creed from Almadrina. Thunder and Creed. And a perfectly ridden ride by Joe Rocco. She splits horses about the inside the 8th pole and home a winner 117 and 4. The daughter of Jimmy Creed, Thunder and Creed for the Black. And they are racing. Millionaire Waltz was put in tight shortly after the start. She's last, but it is Lola Flo who's first as they head in the turn. She's drifting out in the middle of the course here. In fact, just crossed in front of Glacken's Cause, who had to check back into the 4th position. Dirty Nelly has the lead and the fence as they work their way around the opening turn. Senorita Carlita now from between horses emerges with the lead with 6 panels to go. So they straighten up on the back stretch. It's Senorita Carlita. The daughter will take charge, shows the way, but Lola Flo keyed up to the outside, and they are stride for stride. Dirty Nelly back in the 3rd position. Then a link that further back, Glacken's Cause hard held from 4th. She's shaded by Fairy Carry to the outside now, advancing a spot up into 4th. Glacken's Cause relegated to 5th. Still 6 or 7 back to Saudi Daisy. Millionaire Waltz is up a couple of spots. Lacey Revolution is next, and Mississippi Muse can see them all. The quarter 24 and 2, half mile controlled 48.90 seconds. Into the far turn, 3 furlongs from the money. It is Senorita Carlita and Joe Rocco Jr. paving the path. Lola Flo glued to her to the outside. Now, 3 wide. Glacken's Cause cut loose, and here she comes right now. Glacken's Cause. From the backfield, Saudi Daisy's finally underway. Sophie Doyle has this one in the 4th path, and she's coming with a vigorous run up into 3rd as they race around the turn to the top of the home stretch. Lola Flo has gone 2.5 lengths clear. Lola Flo for the Red Hot Cash Barn shows the way 2.5 lengths. Whip is out on Glacken's Cause, who stalled from second. Saudi Daisy has 6 lengths to raise, but meanwhile, with a final Florence furlong to go, Lola Flo shows the way. She's wandered about to the 4 path, but by the 16th pole, she is home and cooled out. Lola Flo at a decent price wins the finale by almost 4.5 in the end. Glacken's Cause was second, a 3-way pitcher for third. Saudi Daisy, Lace Revolution, Mississippi Muse photoed for that Shoto 140.1 seconds.